America, the New World. What a brave prospect for someone else. Someone who goes of his own free will. Not like me, an exile banished from France. France, the model of grace and elegance to a country swarming with Indians and wild beasts. To make the prospect perfect, I go bound in marriage to a woman I don't love. What a fate for a king's musketeer. Why don't I jump? No. To tell the truth, I'd do it all over again. Just the same way. Happened because France was in turmoil. The king was dead. The regent, the powerful Duke de Valdac, was plotting to wrest control from the ailing Prime Minister Rochard. His scheme was to marry the Princess Anne to Philip of Spain, a foreigner. The throne was in danger. So we rode to Paris. Aramis, the cavalier. Porthos, the mighty. Athos, the wit. And your humble servant, D'Artagnan. Better try the side entrance. My man, you may inform Anne, Princess of France, that D'Artagnan, formerly captain of His late Majesty's Musketeers, begs an audience.
And 3 other of her faithful friends.
Athos, Aramis,
Porthos.
The princess gives no audience.
Perhaps you failed to get our names.
No audience.
Such orders fail to apply to us.
Since when has the palace guard worn the livery of the Duc de Valdac?
If it's any of your business for the past week. Now clear the entrance before I put you under arrest.
Halt! Ah, D'Artagnan. Well, the Count de Fourier. Take him. If you can. It is useless to resist. The odds are against you and your friends. We prefer it that way. Hold. I cannot fight with you, D'Artagnan. I am under the orders of the Duc de Rochard. His Grace wishes to see you unharmed. I bow to the wishes of the Prime Minister. It would be discourteous to ignore them. Put up your swords, gentlemen. We'll spare their lives. At your service, my dear Count. Enter. Your Grace. Your Grace. Your order has been obeyed.
Our beloved country is in danger, and I need your help.
My help?
I know, D'Artagnan. We have not always been friends. At this hour, the fate of France hangs in the balance. Think back. 20 years to the day when the king and all France were awaiting a new heir to the throne.
My Lord Chamberlain, this is one moment of life when no man, be he king or prime minister, finds himself in demand.
My lord. Is anything amiss? No. The baby is a princess.
A girl. The whole nation's on its knees praying for a boy. Some matters lie even beyond a king.
And under the Salic law of France, no female may sit alone upon the throne.
If there is no male heir, one of His Majesty's cousins will inherit it.
And the one with the closest legal claim is young Philip Spain, a foreigner on the throne of France.
My lord, a second child.
A prince after all!
A second princess.
Twins. There's no clear-cut succession to the throne. The second princess must disappear.
The princess? Disappear?
The midwife will remove the second child from Paris tonight and rear her as her own. A liberal allowance will seal her lips and keep the child in comfort. And no other person will know. Just you and I.
The midwife died 2 years ago. She kept her secret.
And the girl?
Her name was Louise. In face and form, exactly like the Princess Anne. After the midwife's death, I was obliged to hide her.
Hide her?
In the dungeon of the Chateau du Vallon. She wears an iron mask.
Why do you tell me this?
Philip of Spain and Anne are to be married next week.
So I understand.
With de Valdac, the power behind the throne.
The princess consents?
That's the point. Anne would never consent to marry Philip.
You mean she's being forced?
There is a possibility that the girl in the royal palace is not the Princess Anne, but the girl in the iron mask, Louise.
You think de Valdac found out about the second girl?
And had her placed in the royal palace.
And the Princess Anne?
We can only pray that she is still alive.
But you're the Prime Minister. Why don't you act to expose this plot?
I'm helpless, a virtual prisoner.
What do you wish of me?
Find out. Find out if the Princess Anne is still alive. You have only a few days before the wedding. If she's dead, we're lost. If she's alive, there's a chance that we may expose this treachery.
France is a large country, Your Grace, to cover in a few days.
I know. But D'Artagnan has succeeded at hopeless tasks before.
How may I identify the true princess?
Anne of France has a birthmark.
Where?
Watch yourself. Trust no one, least of all my men. one go about inducing a princess to show a birthmark there?
Unless my memory fails me, those are the royal chambers.
Apologies for this intrusion, Your Highness, but that stupid fellow on the gate didn't realize that your commands would not apply to old friends.
Who are you?
Who are we? But surely you recognize us, Your Highness?
Forgive me, the suddenness of your entrance.
Don't you remember, Your Highness, when I used to dangle you on my knee?
Guards, quick, the princess.
Grab your swords. Have you lost your wits to brawl in front of the princess? This is a strange reception to give 4 loyal servants of Her Highness.
I think I know these scoundrels. Aren't you D'Artagnan?
Aren't you the Duke de Valdac? My friends and I came here to join the service of Her Highness, to serve her as we did her father, the king.
They broke in through the balcony.
Her Royal Highness has no need for porch climbers.
Does Your Highness share this attitude?
You'll kindly not address the princess without permission. Are you blind to the change of times?
Evidently. But her eyes have been open by ingratitude.
Be silent, sir. Guards, escort these men from the palace. You're very fortunate to escape so lightly. What you've done borders on high treason. However, we do not wish to mar the coming wedding festival of my niece and Prince Philip of Spain. I trust that expresses your wishes too, my dear niece? I would not advise you to try my forbearance again. Take them away.
Your Highness.
My late brother-in-law spoiled those men with his favors. They no longer know their place.
You are too lenient, my dear cousin. In Spain, we know how to deal with such insolence.
Porthos, we have no time to waste. The Valdac probably knows of our mission by now. We must get out of the city before he gives orders to close the gates. Ah! The Valdac's men. Have any of them passed?
2, just a minute ago.
Which road did they take?
One went that way, the other one went that way.
Thank you. You're my friend, Betty. Did you hear that? 2 of de Valdac's men just rode out. There may be messengers sent to warn whoever holds the Princess Anne. If we can catch up with them and follow them...
They'll lead us straight to the princess.
Exactly. But de Valdac's taking no chances. He sent 2 messengers. We must split forces. Porthos, you take the north road with Athos. Aramis, you ride with me. All for one. One for all.
Close the gates! Orders of the Duke de Valdac!
Man on a bay horse. How long ago? Few minutes.
Was he in livery?
Aye.
You follow the road. I'll cut across the fields. We'll trap in between us.
Right.
Bring him along to the Green Frog.
D'Artagnan is on his way. Take no chances. A grave is safer than a mask. De Valdac.
No messenger in sight. He should have passed us 10 minutes ago. Unless he met with foul play.
No sign of D'Artagnan either, unless they carried him off to the Green Frog with the rest of his companions.
Well, there's no sense in waiting here. Let's go to the Green Frog and find out.
Hurry, I have the horses. They won't follow us. I cut their saddle girths, all but 4 of them.
Why not all of them?
We need 4 de Valdac liveries. Better dressed in de Valdac's livery.
Is that the road to the Chateau du Vallon?
Aye, sire, it is that.
Have you seen any others in liveries like ours headed towards the dungeon?
No, sire. You're the first to come along this road today.
Excellent. I was afraid our friends might have got here ahead of us.
Thank you, sire.
There's no use knocking. These gates remain shut until sunrise.
Not for me. I bring a message for the Chevalier Laporte.
Bring it in the morning.
Attention! You will instantly inform the governor that the most important and confidential messenger from the Duke de Valdac stands at the gate.
Open up for the messenger from the Duke de Valdac. Only you may enter, sir. The others must remain outside.
Nonsense. My men require food and shelter for the night.
Only you, sir. My orders.
My aide must come with me. On that I insist in the name of the Duke de Valdac.
Very well, sir. But he must enter on foot. Follow me.
Better places for 2 swordsmen to cut their way out of than this. One thing at a time. At least we're in.
Enter. Message from the Duke de Valdac, Excellency. No, man.
Chevalier Laporte.
You bring a message?
This man's to be trusted.
Remark. He has buried many a secret, eh, my friend? It is what I told him in the first place. A grave is safer than a mask. How far behind is D'Artagnan? He's a dangerous man.
No longer. He matched himself against the wrong opponent this time. Not even a man like this Mousquetaire could expect his good luck to last forever.
Never were truer words spoken. Only my captain here could ever defeat D'Artagnan. Your face seems familiar. Haven't we met previously?
I can hardly be expected to remember every gentleman I've met at the palace, even the more distinguished ones like you, monsieur. Now lead me to the prisoner.
What?
Before you carry out your orders, I must make sure of that person's identity.
Follow me.
Unchain her and bring her along.
Did you learn anything?
I waited outside the chateau wall as long as I dared.
They've been inside a long time. What's the matter with you?
The peasant that sold me this garb gave me something additional.
Shh. Open. Open up. I demand audience with the governor. This is a matter of great urgency.
The governor's busy with another visitor.
D'Artagnan.
There's not a second to waste. Take us to the governor.
I told you the governor's occupied.
You fool, you'll risk your necks on this. Bring the governor here.
Dismiss the guards. We want no witnesses.
Amen. A few hours, the toughest bones melt in that lime pit.
Take off the mask.
Why?
No need to waste it. May serve again.
Take off the mask. Something to say to her?
No, but she's a human being and has a right to speak with her maker.
Do your duty.
Stop it, I say. She's a princess of France, and we'll be given a moment to pray. On your knees, girl. Unhand her!
D'Artagnan!
D'Artagnan! He is now
police had been hunting that particular fox for years.
Mademoiselle.
Oh, of course, mademoiselle.
Table?
Oh, the very best in the house. This way, please.
It's too light here.
Oh, I understand. You want just a dark, quiet corner for yourself and for a beautiful mademoiselle.
A dark, quiet corner and a lot of food.
Oh, of course, sir. This way, please, sir. What shall I bring you, sir?
What is that I smell roasting?
Oh, that's a suckling pig, the best in the house.
Bring it.
In a few minutes, because that's not ready.
Bring it now. And some of your best wine in a large flagon.
Oh, yes, sir.
Make it 2.
Make it 2.
What are you doing?
This straw's driving me crazy.
Well, don't call any more attention to yourself than you have to.
Dear wife, you should call the soldiers.
But they said she was small and pretty. Not like that one. Have you noticed her feet?
Yes, but the man, he fits the description perfectly.
If we're wrong.
But the reward will make us rich. Aye.
I'd better have a look around. We could use a couple of horses. Mademoiselle? Aha! Your help?
Maybe.
No, thank you.
Oh, you know, mademoiselle, you remind me of my best wife, you know. She was beautiful, too, you know.
Oh, she what? Ask me, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You have all my sympathy, my dear.
Oh, you're such a naughty boy.
Well, where's the suckling pig?
Coming up, sir. Coming up.
I think we should get out of here. That innkeeper's been acting very strange.
How do you suppose you've been acting? Ladies don't push men halfway across the room.
I've had him push me a lot farther.
What's this?
Suckling pig. Slices.
I don't want slices. I want the pig.
The whole pig?
And right now!
Make it 2.
More wine! Landlord!
I've had enough. Let's go.
More wine, landlord! Your best wine.
Well, my little cabbage, you've given us a merry chase.
Oh, Sergeant.
until dark, through soaking fields and woods, the princess marched beside me. Her feet dragged occasionally, but never her spirit. She had my admiration. Or was it only my admiration?
Wait.
We're in luck. The inn's deserted.
Dare we risk it?
We must. You're drenched to the skin. You need rest and food.
Food?
Remember, when we're inside, let me do all the talking.
But D'Artagnan, you always do.
Oh, so far, so good.
Listen. They're looking for us.
Oh, no. They're soldiers of the regular cavalry. They won't know about us. We can't leave now or they will get suspicious. Yeah, you there! Cover your face.
Well, from your livery, I take it you're in the service of the Duc de Valdeck.
I am, monsieur.
Then, of course, you'll join us and drink to Her Royal Highness, the Princess Anne.
Honored. See you presently.
Oh, no. I insist, the drink first. Bring the lad along. Quiet, quiet. You'll all be drunk soon enough. Wine for everybody.
Welcome, good sirs. What may I offer you?
A bite of supper in peace and quiet. Haven't you a private room?
Certainly. Take off your wet clothes, both of you. I'll get you some things of my husband's. You must excuse the soldiers. They're celebrating the news.
News? What news?
But surely Monsieur has heard. Oh, our Princess Anne is to marry Philip of Spain. Philip of Spain.
Pierre, help me with my boots.
How can she betray France? She
Hurry,
deserves
Pierre.
to be...
Take them off.
I'll get some food and wine.
That was intolerable. It was treason, that's what it was.
I thought you suspected something.
The people of France should think I'd marry such a poor creature as Philip. The mere thought revolts me.
Your Highness. Remember, a princess may speak her mind. A fugitive may not.
I'm sorry. I lost my head.
Then I have the royal pardon?
With the royal hope that if you must kick me again, do so a little more gently. Your boot, my lord.
Oh, there's no need for that now we're alone.
To play a part, one must learn it well.
Your Highness, Your Highness.
So, you thought you had me fooled, did you?
I don't understand you, madame.
I think you understand very well. I'm not as blind as you thought, nor as stupid.
Madam, I beg of you.
Not to tell your secret?
Yes. If a purse of gold would help, we could...
Oh, so you'd like to bribe me. And this pretty young girl is afraid I'll give her away. Why, you precious ninnies. I once was in love myself.
Well, then, you won't betray us?
I love only him, but my uncle wants me to marry a man that I hate.
I know, just like Princess Anne, forced against her will to marry a foreigner.
Yes, madame, it's just like that.
Yes, so if anyone should come here and ask for us...
Oh, you can count on me. I'll send them packing. Uncle or no uncle. Go. Begin again where you started when I interrupted you.
Showed a quick wit, Your Highness.
My heartless uncle.
don't blame him not wanting you for his son-in-law. I know all about that, Tanya. He fights, he gambles, chases after every pretty woman in France.
Only to find the most beautiful of all.
Adding to your reputation?
Not this time.
Men have such fun.
You know how these stories are exaggerated.
The supper's getting cold.
Is it?
It's madness. We must be sensible.
Of course. I'm only a poor musketeer, and you're a princess of France. We must be sensible.
It's madness. And truth. Indeed.
From Paris, our place of rendezvous.
Welcome, Your Highness.
Thank heaven you're all safe.
The Balzac's men have blocked every road leading into Paris. They inspect everyone seeking entry, so the city was surrounded by plague.
We'll find a way. But where are we going to meet when we do get inside the city? Someone we can trust.
I have a dressmaker on the Rue Saint-Georges, Madame Dupré. She's devoted to me.
Good, the Rue Saint-Georges.
The coach is intact, Your Excellency. We will be ready to leave in a moment.
See that we are. His Majesty King Philip does not like to be kept waiting.
The Duke de Cordova, uncle of Philip of Spain. Come for the wedding, no doubt.
Very kind of him, too. You'll be useful. This way, Your Highness.
Need any help?
Huh?
No need to call your men, Excellency. They won't hear you. Porthos!
Coming!
Till we get to Paris.
About an hour, Your Highness.
Your Highness? Last night you called me Anne.
Forgive me, it won't happen again.
Last night you said you loved me.
Best to forget that, too.
How do you forget? It seems so easy for you. Tell me how. Is that all it meant to you?
all it can mean.
If we turn right at the next crossroad, it'll lead us to the coast. Across the channel is England.
England? You forget my mission is to take you to Paris.
And if I don't want to go to Paris?
I'll take you there anyway.
And never see me again? Don't you see we could spend our lives together if you'd only turn right?
What could we do in England? Open a shop, an inn, call it the Princess Anne Tavern, spend the rest of our lives carving mutton for rich customers?
We're getting to the crossroad. It's our last chance, please.
Anne.
Halt! Halt!
Anything amiss?
Nothing, just hold it a moment.
Tell him to turn right.
Anne, we've got to think.
I am thinking. I am.
Not you're remembering. Yesterday's gone. Think of tomorrow. What will happen if you turn away now?
I don't care what happens to anyone but us.
Philip of Spain will be on the throne of France. The people will hate you for it.
You'll end up hating yourself and me. It takes strength to rule, Anne. There's no place for a weak woman on the throne. Think carefully.
How much longer? It's dangerous to wait.
What you decide now will show whether you have the strength. It's up to you, Anne.
To Paris.
Drive on.
How is that?
His Excellency, the Duke de Cordova of Spain.
Pass
on. We were lucky. The princess was right about her dressmaker. She was devoted. With her help, we were able to form a plan to get the princess into the palace and back to her rightful place on the throne of France.
Leave everything to me. Open the gate.
Madame Dupre, let her enter.
I happen to bring the wedding gown for the princess. Idiot.
Who's this?
My seamstress. Out of my way. We're late for the fitting. Come along, Annette.
Something must have gone wrong.
Yes. There it is. Aramis. Nimbly, my friend.
Where's D'Artagnan?
You! Idiot! Have you been asleep? Aren't you supposed to be guarding this wall? What does this rope mean?
Wasn't there a moment ago?
Well, don't stand there gaping. Get up there quickly.
you hear that?
Hear what?
Sounds like a gate closing.
Oh, your nerves must be playing tricks on you. There's no gate near here. Wait a moment. Gate?
Look, the letter A.
The Princess Anne.
Anne, give the alarm.
Not so fast, Prince Philip. Not so fast. Come.
Your Highness is not happy with the wedding gown?
Oh, the wedding gown. Yes, it's lovely.
Just think. Tomorrow you will be Queen of all France. Queen Anne.
Queen Anne.
Does that make you happy, Louise?
You know. Don't tell anyone. They'll send me back to the dungeon. They'll put me back in the iron mask. Don't tell anyone, please.
Don't be afraid. We mean you no harm.
Louise. So you're the sister who betrayed me and condemned me to a life of misery behind an iron mask.
No. Her Highness didn't even know of your existence until she found herself in chains in your place. Believe me, we're your friends as well as hers.
Dear Louise, you and I have been used as pawns by the enemies of France. You're my sister, and I'd protect you even with my life. You must believe me. I don't know whom to believe.
You'll believe us when this plot is exposed, and
How do you propose to do that?
your secret's out, de Baldac.
And you will not live to tell it.
done, D'Artagnan. You shall have your reward. You, Philip of Spain, may take your choice. Spanish freedom or a French rope. D'Artagnan, I said that you would have your reward. Name it.
Your Grace, that I, a simple Frenchman, had the honor to serve in a moment of need, not only my country, but my princess, is reward enough.
Then suppose I name the reward.
Shouldn't that be my privilege?
I defer, Your Highness. What shall it be?
My hand in marriage.
Your Highness.
What can I do? I know you love me and you remain silent because I'm a princess.
I'm sorry, Your Highness, but this cannot be. The welfare of France demands that you marry a prince of royal blood.
And my sister Louise?
Must vanish.
That I will never allow.
Gentlemen, the events of this evening must not go beyond the palace wall.
Excuse me, please. Thank you. We have come to a decision. Tomorrow I will announce my betrothal to the Prince de Coudray. My sister Louise will leave for New France in America. Monsieur D'Artagnan will accompany her to ensure her safe arrival. Your sword, Monsieur D'Artagnan. Kneel. For this service, we confer upon you the rank of Chevalier of France.
I'm honored, Your Highness.
And tomorrow you will marry my sister Louise.
Lady Louise wishes to see you, sir.
Very well.
Come in.
You sent for me, Louise?
A wife does not send for her husband. I asked you to come.
I'm at your service.
May I ask why you've been avoiding me ever since our marriage?
I haven't been avoiding you. I've just been respecting your privacy. After all, it was a marriage of state.
Am I so unlike my sister?
Not at all. You're very much alike.
Then, why must it be just a marriage of state?
Because...
Do you love Anne so much?
More than all the world.
I see.
Good night.